What is going on, everybody?
What do we got?
Oh, nothing.
Oh, yeah.
Great match here.
I mean, legends of the fall, then yes.
Yeah, this should be great. Just to put it into perspective, I think it was 2-3 on the other one, and I looked over here and it was 2-1. So
Oh, okay.
they must have had a couple little battles or something.
Did you see the Michael DEITCHMAN versus Efren Reyes match in its
course.
entirety? Oh boy.
He played really great. I felt proud, you know?
Yeah.
He played a safe in that match that was like on highlights.
Well, I was the one that made that highlight video.
Of
I actually
Mike's. Well, there was one that was, I mean, it was on like, I don't know if it was an AccuStats highlight of some kind or
interesting.
But yeah, it was one of Mike's saves.
I actually got permission to make a highlight video of that match. Because Michael DEITCHMAN was playing on FNL, and I wanted to show the highlights of that match to let people know who Michael DEITCHMAN was and what he's capable of. And we got permission, and it was truly a match that you didn't know who was going to win halfway through.
Yeah, it was, I mean, expected it to just be a blowout, of course. So it was awesome to see it was so close. And it feels like you're a little more in the room when it's someone that you know that's there,
Right.
And it almost feels even more nerve-wracking.
Yeah, he did us proud, representing the PNW.
Yeah, and I mean, this is pretty much a toss-up, I would say. If they're going to tie it up at 3-3, a race to 4, 9-ball in the bar box with these guys.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously Stan is a little bit of the favorite, but that's about as close as it gets condition-wise.
Right. Stan's not comfortable right now in his seat. There's a lot of money on the line. And he knows what Michael is capable of. Does it go forward hard or slow roll it in? That's the shot I like.
Yep.
My funny Stan story, when I first fell in love with pool, I took a lot of lessons from Dan Louie, and I'm like, okay, he's a world champion. Obviously, he's the best player that I'll ever meet, and I run into him at City Lights, which became Malarkey's, and Stan TOURANGEAU came, and they were like gonna play a match to prepare for Lincoln City, and I said, I can't remember what I said exactly to Dan Louie, but like I said something like, "Does this guy have a chance against you?" And he's like, "Well, honestly, he's kind of the favorite." I was like, "What? Okay." And then I watched and learned.
Yep.
That was 23-year-old Lee.
Yeah, I mean, there's been so many amazing shots from Stan over the years. He's just incredible.
Well, but he's also a Darren Appleton type, where he's just makes it look so easy with perfect shape all the time.
Right. But we were also playing 9-ball on a 9-footer, and when you watch Stan play 8-ball on the 7-footer, the situations that come up are just, it doesn't matter how good you are, you're gonna have to pull off some crazy stuff,
Yeah.
And gosh, he does. It's just incredible.
Yeah, I remember Ed Hobbs emceeing a Calcutta and him referring to Stan as he was selling him. He said, "This guy has won more tournaments than everyone in this room combined, kids."
And it's not even close.
Right.
Yeah, that's pretty crazy to think about. Well, he's looking pretty good here.
Well, the Flying DEITCHMAN doesn't think Stan has to win another tournament on his watch.
Now, what do you think you do with this 5-ball here? Because it's a little strange to get from the 3 to the 5 to the 6.
Well,
Because, I mean, you could go straight and just try and draw back a little bit and get on the 6 that way, but that's kind of tough to play position for from here.
I actually, it's funny because my mouse was literally ready to go right here, and
Yeah.
then you beat me to it. Whoops.
No, he got there, but
Oh,
made the
good.
6 a little harder.
Okay, now you got to draw back to here.
Yeah, that little bump really changed things. How you doing, Dane? Good morning. Oh, yeah, Michael Littman. This is Ron Plaja here from Olympia. I don't know if we've met before.
I could. I'm never looking at the chat. What is wrong with me?
That's our that's definitely a square on our commentating bingo card is Lee not looking at the chat, saying he never looks at the chat.
Well, and it used to be my signature.
I think it still is.
Okay.
I think it's still you're still there.
And I've got this big screen TV. All I got to do is click on this. And then
Well, it looks like he table this kind of flat angle makes it a little tough to see if he's going to go just straight top, come out to the middle of the table again. But I can't tell if it's too thick for that from here. Yeah, that's kind of what it looks like. Either that or slow roll it if it's thicker and just float up to something over there for the 7-ball.
Okay, Dane Mounts. He is such a cool cat. I can see the chat now.
Yeah, that grass is going to be the same length when you get done, Dane. Don't have to worry about it.
Yeah, that's first world problems.
Okay. Ooh, dangerous.
Me and Dane Mounts commentated together. He's a great commentator.
I believe it.
All right, so do you jack up and stun, or do you just follow to
No, I
here?
don't think you can follow. I think you're going up table if you follow. I don't think you don't even really have to jack up. It's just, I mean, just a little below center, just kind of pop over.
Yeah,
No, he's gonna.
he's gonna do that.
Okay. I'll just try and get kind of right where he is.
He's playing like a certain Michael DEITCHMAN that I've seen play before. Just really, really strong pool. He's going to go 2 rails.
Oh, I took away my circle. It was right there.
Damn. Nice. Nice. It it broke the plane. Yeah, you know what? There was a one pocket match between Michael DEITCHMAN and Ed Hobbs, and Ed would not do it unless there was $1,000 on the line, and I got pressured to make the match happen. I backed Michael
Yeah.
so that the match could happen, and Ed shipped me $500.
I mean, I think that's a pretty fair matchup. I think that when was this?
2 years ago.
Okay,
It
yeah.
was on Chalkbox.
Oh, okay.
It's the only one pocket match they've ever had.
Right, right. Yeah, I'm not surprised by that result.
And I was at my parents' house at the time, losing my mind, and they had no idea what I was going through. $500 is a lot to me.
For a pool match, yeah.
Yeah,
And you're not even playing in it.
right.
It's almost worse. All right. Finally get to see Stan play. We haven't even seen him take a shot yet.
Dude, that's crazy.
All right. Well, we're going to get to see something interesting here.
The carom. The carom is there, but
Yeah. This almost looks identical to a shot that we had in a different match that we
I
saw.
was just gonna say that.
Where the 4-ball was sitting right here.
Right.
Yeah.
The one's gonna hit here and slow down, and then the cue ball goes here.
That's funny. Yeah, I mean, looks like he'll do the same thing. Super slow. Oh. Well. Can he hit enough to spin the cue ball kind of over by the 5?
Yeah, he's gonna play the 1 ball right here, and the cue ball ideally glancing off the 4 or the 5.
Yeah, if he's taking this long, it's a little tricky. I mean, it looks kind of hard to me to really get good. You got to have a solid plan.
He's assessing the situation.
In my experience, the longer he takes, he's the rare person that the longer he takes, the better the shot is.
Yeah.
I don't know if you saw that kick that he made to win a match. I forget, it was on a 9-footer.
Yeah.
Where he could see the ball, but he chose to kick it off the long rail instead. That was he took a long time and came with one of the best shots I've ever seen.
Yeah, I remember that.
He had
It brought
the
the
cue ball
house
down
down.
here, and the object ball was here,
Right.
and he could see it, but instead he kicked.
What wasn't he playing Shane?
No, Shane was there watching. I believe
Okay.
he was playing Rob Saez.
Yes, you're right. It was Rob, and Rob is such an entertaining player to watch.
Yeah, I just watched Rob Saez and Shane playing one pocket derby last year. Just came up on Aki Stats the other day. Or no, Railbirds with Scott Frost commentating. It was really good.
I actually had an AccuStats video of Rob Saez versus Mika Immonen, and Rob won it.
Oh yeah, yeah. He's a top level player.
Hey guys, just popping in to say hi.
Oh hey,
Hey,
How you guys doing?
on top of the world.
awesome, great match here.
Nice, Stan and Michael. Wow, Michael's up to 4-3. I'll be quiet, but I just wanted to kind of maybe I'll come in and watch this one with you for a while.
Yeah.
Hey, take over for me. I'll take a break.
Oh sure, no problem.
Whoops,
Whoops.
that's a big problem.
Didn't see that coming. Oh, he's saying he moved it, and he's asking if Stan wants it back or not. It didn't touch another ball, but I would argue about path of the cue ball there.
What the heck? I'd like to see that back again.
He massayed it, moved to the 4 with his stick, but that cue ball was going all over the place. I would have to argue that the cue ball and the 4 ball crossed paths, which would be a foul. Because the cue ball can't cross, the object ball you move can't impede the path of the cue ball at all.
Wow, that'd be an interesting, yeah. That's
And looks like Stan's letting him shoot. Well, that's some monk-like. I don't know if I'd let that one slide. That's tough.
yeah, me too. That'd be a tough argument for sure.
I've got the YouTube open. I'm going to go back and watch it again real quick.
Oh well, there now it solves the problem.
Oh my gosh.
It's almost like a fate thing sometimes, like that's almost what should happen. He does have a bit of trouble with this 5 ball. It's not an easy 5 to be on here.
Yeah, so he did move it with his stick, and the cue ball went by, and then the 4 landed where the cue ball went by. So either way, here we are. But
Here we are. And then Stan obviously elected to leave the 4 where it was.
right. Probably because it went away from the 5 ball, which is in kind of a weird situation.
Right. Yeah, it would have made the going from the 4 to the 5 a lot easier for Michael if he'd put it back.
Stan's repping the EvoSports there. That's cool.
I think he's going to bump the 5 right now. He's going to draw into it, I think, and try to kick it out of there. Maybe no. I thought he might nudge it just a little. I think he tried because I think he was trying to just nudge it a little bit.
Yeah, he wouldn't have left himself this with ball in
No.
hand if he didn't want to go into the 5.
He needs to get straight in on this. Oh, it should be close, but it's slow roll maybe.
Yeah, it's hard to tell how much of that point you can see from here.
Yeah.
He doesn't seem too worried about it.
No, he doesn't. Yeah, perfect. Good shot. Yeah, sometimes the camera angles like this one's a little bit difficult, isn't it? The camera angle to catch all the different things.
Yeah, sometimes the cue ball will react just completely different than what you saw in your mind.
Yeah.
But this is like probably the most awkward one, and it's really not that bad.
No.
So overall, everything's really good.
Yeah, so I crashed and burned out of the tournament last night and just decided to drive home. It's about an hour and a half drive home for me. So,
well, I wouldn't be surprised if the same thing happened to me. Tough crowd there. Who'd you play?
I lost to. I'm trying to remember what he said. His nickname was Poncho. That was the final match that I lost. He's a 657. I'm a 651. So it was on paper, it was a pretty good matchup, but I just I played more like a 450 this tournament. Michael DEITCHMAN doing really well. Obviously, this tournament as well. He's gone quite a distance. I think, what is it now? The top 24, I think, for this this side of the bracket.
I'm not sure. No two ball in the back.
Oh,
we've been kind of watching that. It's kind of funny. This deep, we're still seeing people no two ball, not knowing the 9 ball in the break thing.
Yeah, I was able to remember that.
We saw one match where it was 6-3, and I forget who was playing, but the person who was at 3 made the 9 ball, raked 1 ball, and then realized it. So they only moved 1 ball and then just conceded the match.
What?
Interesting. Yeah. I would argue that it was like the Mike situation. They moved 1 ball like that. Not that much at all, though, just a little bit. And then he just conceded the match.
Wow.
Yeah, that's interesting.
This is a pretty straightforward out once this combo goes in here. As long as he doesn't get funny on the 3, it looks like the 3 is looks like it's dead straight. So I think he's just gonna draw back a touch. Yep.
Yeah.
Pretty straightforward here. He's just got to move the 3 up, maybe a little bit towards the side pocket, and get a nice, just a little angle on the 4.
Yeah.
Nothing stopping him here. Just, he'd like to come in from that side. I'm stunned by that a little bit.
Same. That was totally unnecessary risk there.
I would have much preferred to be maybe right here or something. Like that would have been a nice angle to get down.
Right. And then I'd just be trying to come down to here.
Yeah.
And play over for the 7 in the side to get a little angle to come back.
Totally.
For the
now
9.
Look, he's jacking up. He's going to try to draw it. Anything could happen here. Get all funny. Could overdraw it, underdraw it.
Yeah. Okay. And it looks like he might be a little underneath it to where he's coming to the right of the 4, which makes it even more awkward.
Yeah. Let's see how he comes out. I mean, it's a 7 foot. He's likely going to come out okay. It's just he's really. Oh boy.
You're still not out of the woods.
No, because he could nick the 9 and scratch in the corner. There's all kinds of stuff that could happen still. I think he'll miss the 9 maybe, but.
Well, Lee and I have been talking about that a lot. We've seen a lot of that where it's just one little thing just compounds, and all of a sudden that table was so easy,
Yeah, and he made it hard by moving his cue ball for no reason over to the other side.
Yeah.
He's gonna just stun. Oh, he missed. There you go. This is kind of the way he ran that table. This is the end result, right?
Yeah, and stuff like that, it's almost worse than just losing the game, because now you've made such a mental error and you're kind of questioning things and you're going, why did I do that? And
why did I do that?
Hard to shake it off especially against a player like Stan when you're controlling the table. And
I think he's gonna do this. He's looking at it. He's looking at it kind of like it's a little funny. So
either that or just thin.
No, he's checking it.
I think that's what I would play. I'd be too afraid to go around that 9 ball. I would. That's interesting.
He hit it thicker than I thought he was going to. You know what I mean? Like if I'm going to check it, I'm going to hit that as thin as I can, right?
Yeah, and really put some left on it and kill it.
I'd stand the man, though. He's got this. So Michael's going to, if Mike loses this match, he's going to look back at that particular rack, I'm sure.
Yeah, and I think that made Stan break serve even worse.
Yeah.
Gentlemen, I'm going to step in here. I got to say something.
Sure.
That was not a foul, what Michael did. It only matters where it starts. Okay. It
Right.
doesn't matter that the balls cross paths over
Yes.
here.
I agree with that.
I thought the rule was that so you're saying as long as they never touch each other?
If the cue ball would have crossed along this line somehow, then it would have been a foul.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Where the 4 was when it started.
I see.
Yep. And I was recently in a tournament where there was a big break pot where this happened, and obviously the crowd wanted it to be a foul so that they could get a chance at the pot. But we argued about it at length, and I defended the guy that was shooting, and I said, no, it only matters if the cue ball passes the area where it started. Because we can see that they didn't hit each other over here. We see that it never, so there's no problem there. But if the cue ball came back into, or any other ball into this area where it started,
yes,
that's
it would have altered the path. It would have altered the balls. That's right.
Right. Yeah, and you're right. I was a little off on that.
And automatically, like if the 4 would have touched another ball or something on that would have been an automatic foul at that point.
Yes. Yeah. But I just kind of wanted to give respect to Michael and Stan because they both knew what was right.
Right. Oh yeah. I would have just asked for clarification, but I obviously am not surprised that they both knew the rule and moved on, you know?
Yeah.
That's kind of interesting. Mike didn't put the 2 in the back, and then Stan didn't and went and moved it. I wonder if Mike told him to put the 2 in the back.
Well, it's also interesting that Stan fouled after he made the 9 ball and grabbed the cue ball while it was still in motion.
Yeah, but they're not gonna.
I don't think a lot of people are going to argue about that one.
I think Lee's making a little inside joke there, but
yeah.
So I have an interesting one since I got a couple of guys on here. So I saw a little reel recently, and it said that when your opponent's on 2, you have to wait until they're approaching the table for the 3rd foul. Is that how you guys see that rule?
Absolutely.
Or can you, so after they make their 2nd foul, you can't tell them that they're on 2, or
you should, but then you got to tell them again.
You need to tell that they need to be warned when their turn begins that they would commit the 3rd foul.
Okay, fair enough. I was incorrect then, because I've never ever seen or even had heard a controversy about that. Like if I make my 2nd foul, someone just says you're on 2, I say yeah, okay, and then that's it. I never even think about the having to be going to the table on my 3rd in order for that to happen.
I think the issue is just because so much could happen before that player shoots again. You know, they could foul twice, and then you could run 3 racks, or you could run 3 balls and take a bathroom break, whatever.
Yeah. And then
they could go, oh well, yeah, you told me 5 minutes ago, I forgot or whatever. So I think that's probably why they made the rule, but I've cut and dry.
I've just never seen it. Like I've never seen anything like it enforced or anything like that. It's just, I've made 2 fouls, or my opponent's made 2 fouls, and we've said, okay, you're on 2, and then never really thought about anything after that. Like I've never seen anyone say, no, you got to tell me when I'm going to the table or something, or, never heard that before.
Well, hold on just a second, because this brings up an interesting memory. Ron Plaja, our commentator, was playing Marcello on Chalkbox, and wasn't there a 4 foul?
Yeah, that was just because neither one of us realized the situation. It wasn't anything of me forgetting to warn him or anything.
Yeah.
It was one of those where, like, I forget what happened. He scratched on the break, or like something really early happened. And then by the time we started actually playing safes, we kind of forgot about the earlier foul. And yeah, I ended up 4-fouling him.
That's just a funny phrase for me this morning.
Yeah, and then was it Patrick or was it you? Was like, oh, that's our first 4-foul on.
It was Patrick.
Yeah, well, not to mention, who knows what time it was at that point. We were pretty.
Well, and to defend you, I was commentating, and me and Patrick didn't. It was the chat that declared the 4-foul.
Right.
We also were clueless.
Yeah, I think it was Sean Lewis is in the chat. Yeah.
So this time Mike put the 2 at the bottom. I don't know if it's accidental or if they've actually been corrected by somebody. Maybe somebody still told them that the 2's supposed to go in the bottom.
Do you know why that's a rule, Kenny?
The 2?
Yeah.
I just think because it's the most random ball. You know, like sometimes it gets stuck on the bottom rail. Sometimes it goes up to the top rail. Like I think it's just, you never know where that 2 ball's going, where a lot of the other balls you can kind of gauge.
No,
you know, like this 6 and the 7 typically go up towards the side pockets. You know, the wing balls go in.
I think Kenny's right. Players know how to make the 1, and if you knew where the 2 was going, then it's lights out.
Right.
Well, now, one thing that's interesting about that is the mob tournaments in Vegas are 9 on the spot, 2 in the back. And I got a breaking lesson from Daniel.
Sardensilio?
Yeah. And he was teaching me how to control the 2.
Wow.
And so I know that in that break, at least, you know, they're doing the cut break, trying to make the 1 in the side. So then when they're banking on making the 1, now they need to get on the 2. So they're making that 1 and controlling where the 2 goes by spinning the cue ball.
Crazy.
So that's why I don't get it, because any top player is now going to have a pattern rack. They're just going to learn how to manipulate that back ball, you know?
I'll tell you a secret if you don't know it about 10 ball rack for the 2 ball. So let's say you break a little bit to the right of center on a 10 ball rack, and you're trying to get the 1 ball to come back up to the left side pocket closest to you. If you put the 2 ball on the second ball from the right at the back row, the 2 ball will almost always bank up to the right near pocket towards you as well.
Interesting.
Yeah, try that. It happens like 95% of the time.
We were talking about Corey Deuel's 8-ball break, where all the stripes end up clustered.
Yeah, Corey Deuel has got to be one of the guys that has experimented with all kinds of weird stuff, like more than anyone else. You know, you've always seen him, like, you know, putting, you know, all stripes on one side, all solids on the other. You know what I mean? He's the guy that a lot of other people kind of follow and learn things from, because he's the one who's trying everything all the time. At least that's what he was.
He's the Caucasian Efren Reyes.
Yeah.
The Prince of Pool. And he's in this tournament here in Seattle.
I was so happy. I got into a ring game with them on Thursday night. I was so happy. Yeah, it was great.
Wow.
I came out ahead too, which was even
unbelievable. Good job.
Coming to the party 3 ball.
It looked so promising.
Yeah, I like Corey because my brain kind of works like his, in the sense that these are the rules, and now how can I do legal things that
to mess with it.
And it's funny, it's like the soft break. It's like people are like, is it illegal? No, but it's not nice. And he's like, who cares? It's like, what are we doing here? You know?
Yeah.
I'm telling you, the most entertaining commentary I've ever heard. It was a 1 pocket match, and it was Scott Frost, Billy Incardano, and Corey Deuel. And Corey Deuel kept on bringing up the most insane shots that were just genius level.
Yeah.
But Scott Frost and Billy were like more, prudent, and they were like mocking him. It's good stuff. If you can find that one.
All right, nice little jump try. Might get the 5. No, it does not go, but nice save here. So after that mistake from Mike, which would have put him up 5-4, you know, Stan's gone on to get up 6-4 now. He's breathing a sigh of relief for sure, because I'm sure he had already counted that Mike was going to win that one game, and somehow got back to the table.
Yeah, this ball might be frozen here too. It's close.
Yeah, you might want to even declare it.
But looks like he can get behind the 7-9 here with the cue ball.
Oh, how did he do that? Oh my goodness.
What a shot.
I don't know that I would ever have tried that shot from there.
He hit it razor thin.
Yeah, I mean, you hit it just a tiny bit thick and you scratch. It's unbelievable. Double kiss, everything. Like, there's all kinds of stuff. And for sure, I would have done it. You know what I mean? Like, if there's a way to scratch on that shot, it's happening to me for sure.
And there was distance. That was a nice shot.
Yeah, that
crazy.
Never crossed my mind for sure.
But he's definitely got a good save here, and he might have just fought his way back into this rack here.
I see a kick safe here. 2 rails. Send the 1 off the 3 here.
He's trying. He's got to be hard. Oh, what a crazy shot. That Stan's laughing. He knows he got away with one there.
That was not the kick safe that I saw.
That is unbelievable. I'd pack my bags and go home right now if someone did that to me.
Well, what do you do now? Do you try and go all the way down and kick this one ball in with try and kick it with speed?
Yeah.
I
don't see. Oh, you're going to jack up over that 3?
Oh.
I don't know. I
was going this way. Yeah, that way.
I think at this point you got to try for it. I was just thinking maybe he could get the one, you know, hit the one thick and send the one down here. You know what I mean? Like, but that's if you're not jacked up over the 3, I think that shot becomes a little easier. But
yeah, and you could run into the 7-9 or something here, and who knows what could happen? Tie something up, or
you just got to go with speed here, I think.
That's not a lot of speed.
No, he's going to leave it. Yeah, well, he's okay. He got away with it.
Yep.
Yeah, he's going to be in. Well, it's not the most straightforward.
I think 90% of the time you're going to leave that shot, you know, going with the speed he did. I think he got away with one there. Stan's looking to see if he can thin this, maybe try to make the 9 and send the cue ball up the table. So he's looking to see if he can just thin the 1, give a chance, and making the 9, and just bring his cue ball back up here.
Yeah, he'd have to hit both balls so thin. It's but he can do it.
Mm-hmm. I think that's what he's looking at.
Yeah, he's getting the extension on. It's also way down there.
He doesn't want to hit it so thin that he gets to the rail first, because that might mess him up.
Right.
Wow, we've got 72 viewers here. And by the way, Kenny Brown is a 650.
He made the 1.
Wow. Crazy. Yeah, 650 that played like a 450 this tournament, unfortunately. I tried really hard too. Like, I was training really hard for this tournament. I was spending an hour in my garage every day on my table, and it just didn't seem to help. Sometimes you just
he's playing the 9.
He's playing the billiard here, yeah.
For the match. And it's guaranteed.
There
money.
It is. Stan the man. That's what they call him. Like I said, I think Mike's going to look back at that one rack that he let get away there and kick himself a little bit there. But he couldn't have lost to a better player, that's for sure. Stan's one of the staples around this area, and as he's getting older, he's still a great player. So he's always a threat.
Yep.
Well, Kenny, you need to commentate more.
You know, I do whenever I can, and they love me at the Lincoln Cities. because I'll just pop in and I'll commentate some random 400 players or something like that. They love, I don't really care who I commentate, like I like to obviously get some of the big matches. I did a bunch last year for this tournament. But I do when I can. I'm a pretty busy guy sometimes too, so I don't always have time, but I